welcome back to another unboxing video from theplayersaid.com. This is part 2 of a Rising Sun Kickstarter. So let's just get cracking. If you want to see the base game, you can go back. It's on our YouTube channel. So let's do the Dynasty invasion first, because this is kind of like, you know, multiple factions expansion here. You have a very simple double-sided rule sheet, looks like. You have more of those cardboard tokens. So these are the alliance tokens. You kind of match them up and do a yin and yang type thing when you want to make an alliance with an opposing player. You've got your fortresses, and then you've got a board here as well. What else do we have here? Okay. Let me crack these open. Ooh, I don't want to break it. Ooh. Okay, so these are the player boards for the Sun and Moon clan. Again, all the relevant setup details and special abilities are here. And there's one of each for the Sun and Moon. More cards. And these, so what's unique about these two factions, you've got the Sun and Moon factions, and here's all their various, you've got these tokens here, and then you've got their bases, great. So these cards, they have a special decks of cards. These are going to be added in based on if you're playing with these factions. And that's because, we'll show you here. And again, I could tip this out. Everything's got lids in here if you want it. So that's nice. We love that. So let's take a little look. So you've got the Moon faction and the Sun faction. And then there's a whole separate row of special guards that only these guys have access to. And that's part of this, of like, instead of having regular special abilities, the way that they work is by utilizing these extra guys that give them advantages and bonuses. So this is really neat, a very different feel to the faction, and I love that it's not just more guys with different sculpts. Like, these are entirely unique factions, and I think that is really cool. So let's take a little look at those guards that you get, these little monsters. Well, I might crack these open. Where's my knife? Here it is. Let's cut the sellotape off. So we can actually see these. Alright. That's much better. So these are, again, beautiful sculpts. And these are fairly, well, I obviously picked up the huge one, playing an instrument here. But these are much more kind of standard sized. I think these are called the Lucky Gods. These are the standard size miniatures, so if you look, they're fairly comparable in size. They're not dwarfing your miniatures like the giant gods are. And here's the Sun faction. Again, what a great pose on some of these miniatures. And these are solid. Like, I don't want to drop it, but I could. Like, these miniatures are extremely tough and very well built. And then the Moon faction up here. Again, very, very evocative, great sculpting. I mean, I'm just blown away. I love cool mini or not miniature sculpts most of the time. Some of them are not my favorite, but these ones are just knocking it out of the park. So we can kind of put those away. So that's it. You get two whole new factions, but again, very unique, very different factions compared to the other ones. So let's get those out the way, and let's move on. So these, well, we'll get there in a second. So let's do Unbound. These are figurines for the gods. Normally the gods are just kind of static tokens. You send your priests out to go and pray to them. You get bonuses if you successfully do so, kind of thing. The Unbound, I believe, enables them to come. It enables them to kind of leave these temples, so to speak, and come out onto the board, which is a really neat, again, just a different feel to it, where your priests are going and unleashing the gods. These have much larger, oversized cards, so these are normal season cards. These are big old cards, so you would just have a couple out at a time. I highly doubt you'd have them all out. These miniatures are in a different color. So the regular monsters are in a gray plastic, and these are in a off-white. It's a very light gray. but it's not necessarily a brilliant white, which is nice. So you still get good detail on them. So we'll kind of pick these up and take a look. And these are all sculpts of the gods that are included in the base game. So the base game had those kind of heavy cardboard squares. So we'll just kind of take a look. Like these. And let's pick out the right one. So this is the miniature for him. And so he's going to stand up and he'll be unleashed on the board, hence can be unbound. He becomes unbound from the temple and comes out and starts to do extra things, give bonuses or create special rules. And he's just a very, again, unique styled miniatures. Awesome. We love that. More of this. I think, and again, I hate to compare this to Blood Rage, but I felt like the kind of Gods of Asgard expansion there was, I thought it was quite weak. But this seems to have a bit more meat to it, and just they do a bit more. It's not just here's some more figures. So excited for that. This is the monster pack. This is just more monsters. So let's go take a look at them. Again, here's the season cards to summon those. You got great artwork of the monsters and the extra little rules of what it is that they do. And then let's open this up. And it's just, these are just 4 big monsters. That's what you get in this. Make this open before I cut myself. So you've got more discs. Great. And let's just pull these up. Again, these are just massive. I can't tell you just how they dwarf the Blood Rage miniatures by a good inch, and then they've got extras on top of it. It really is amazing. And these are just huge, huge miniatures. But the detail on them is just fantastic. So we'll get out this dragon here. Look at his face. I mean, that's just it's gorgeous. Really, honestly, it is. And that's half the reason I'm a sucker for these games, because I do love to paint these. This one might be a little bit fragile with his yeah, this one's got spindly legs. He's kind of on a little clear stand. So this one we'll take a little bit more care with. Oh, he's got like heads dangling from his underbelly. Oh, that's gross. Fantastic. Get him back in there. This one's like a tree. Oh, the skulls. Whoa. Just, you'll never see a miniature like this ever again. And that's just draws me to a game like this, where the theme is so unique and the miniatures bring that to life. And I've heard that the gameplay is top notch as well. So, this is the Daimyo box. So this is a Kickstarter exclusive box. This has all the upgraded components, but it's also big enough to fit all of the non-core game expansions and extras. So that was a big, big deal for me, because I don't want to have 5 boxes on my shelf of the same game. This way I've got kind of 2 large ones and that's it. So in here, there's the extra exclusive Fox Clan. Great. This is just more stuff. And there's also a bunch of exclusive monsters, and we'll take a look at that here. So there's a few different cardboard boards and bits and pieces. So this is for the Fox Clan, just an extra battle board, so to speak. So let's take a look at the miniatures first. Oh. Again, just like everything else, comes with a lid. I believe. So we've got the Fox Clan. Oh, I've got to take this off so we can actually see these. Okay. So, Fox Clan. These orange guys, appropriately. I really love these guys over there. Very powder guns. I think that's really neat. So you've got some smaller monsters here, like a witch, almost like a feline looking individual. This is like a wolf in a cloak, love that. This is a phoenix, this one's a Kickstarter exclusive. And you've got a panda bear from China, I guess. And then you got a snake looking guy with a head. Alright, so we got this huge, so this is dragon number 3, I believe. Just so cool. Yeah, the detail on these is just, it's insane. It's so good. Put him back in here. And then you've got, I don't know what they're calling him, but it's Godzilla. You got this huge kaiju. Let's get him in focus. There he is. Just really, really cool. He's gonna light up all blue and shoot blue flames out of his mouth. Massive. This guy is chunky as all get out. So that's very, very cool. These are the, again, Kickstarter exclusives. You probably, I don't know if they're gonna hit retail, but though I'm sure there's gonna be plenty on the secondhand market. More bases for all of those extras that we just had. So there's monster summoning cards for all those, including that the Phoenix there as well. So that's nice. These are going to be just, you sew these into the Seasons deck. So here's the upgrade components. And remember, everything else was on these. It was just cardboard pieces. Absolutely everything. From the numbers for the battles, to the actual battle cards that you choose, and like all the different regions where there's going to be the battles. Absolutely everything, and all of that is here in plastic. So you've got these. These are, I'm so happy with these. These are so much bigger than I thought they would be. I didn't really know what I was expecting, but these are plastic. Almost feels like the material a domino is made of. And there's more of these as well. These are gorgeous. These are fully embossed, so I'm going to kind of show you in the light here, if you can see. Fully embossed, so there's texture to them. These look great. These just look so good. They got a nice weight to them as well. So let's pull. Everything's stuck together. It's almost like arts and crafts today getting this open. Alright. That's kind of a butchery. So, these are the fortresses. I'll crack these open. So, there's multiple fortresses. And the important part is that they stack. And that was kind of a big feature, and I think that's really cool. So that everyone can have a few out on a region. And you just stack them. So you can see who's got a fortress, and it doesn't take up a ton of space. Which is very thoughtful. I thought that was a very, just really cool. This is clearly a gamer's game in the sense that we've all run into certain issues playing games like Dudes on a Map games where it just gets too crowded. But they've tried to solve some of that by putting, you know, this stackable, and the turtle clan who have their fortresses can move. They're just like this, and you just stack them on top of the turtle. I mean, that's just so neat, really cool. Have fun with that. If I can even get them back in. These are the Ronin tokens. Again, they're just plastic. These are textured, so that's tactile. This is raised. The Ronin's raised in the middle. You can see kind of a lip for the red. These are plastic. That's really nice. There's a ton of those. And then we have here, if I can get this off. Okay. These are the Alliance tokens. These are, that's interesting. These are a different plastic to those Ronin tokens. They're almost they're a softer plastic. They don't bend, but they just feel a little bit different. and these go together. You make an alliance. If you break the alliance, you know, you might get negative victory points, that kind of thing. But that's just, it just gives you something a bit sturdier. It's going to last through the ages. And then you've got these are little battle things. This signals, oh, a battle's going to happen in which order. So it's a little standee that you make. This one's number 1. So just, boop, you just stand it up on the board instead of putting out the little tokens. Again, this is all completely, it's just bling. This is just for looks. And you might, you know, you could argue, oh, it would last a bit longer, might stand the test of time a bit better than cardboard. You know, you spill a drink on these plastic pieces, nothing's going to happen. But really, entirely aesthetic, unnecessary for gameplay. But I am glad that I have that and it's there. But that's everything. That's everything. Oh, no, the last thing. I always forget something. Was this little tiny Dynasty Extras box that you get. And this is simply just, whoops. That wasn't good. These are the fortresses. And then the alliance tokens for the Sun and Moon clan. So you buy the Sun and Moon clan, it comes with the cardboard stuff. If you want the extras, the Kickstarter exclusive, like extras, these pieces, these are going to be separate. These are a separate thing. You have to get these separately. So, but that's what that is. These kind of, they don't include them with the Daimyo box because you might not necessarily have these 2 clans. But that's about it. So that's everything that's in all of the Kickstarter exclusives. Again, I didn't have the metal coins because I've got plastic ones here, don't care. And I don't have the large battle board because it's just a larger neoprene battle board, and that's not a problem that I have. I don't know if I have a table large enough for it anyway. But that's everything. Hope you enjoyed. I've been Alexander from theplayersaid.com, and we'll get this to the table soon.